Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's unfortunately becoming more and more common: the dark side of renting. I'm talking about housing scams, which can be a nightmare scenario. You think you've found the perfect place, you send over your hard-earned money, and then silence. The landlord vanishes, and you're left without a home and less money in your pocket. It's heartbreaking, but the good news is, with a little knowledge, you can spot these predators from a mile away. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the most common rental scams and give you a rock-solid checklist to protect yourself. Trust me, spending 10 minutes with me now could save you thousands of dollars and a whole lot of stress later. Let's get started. The most classic scam is the phantom rental. This is where a scammer uses photos from a legitimate listing or an old ad, creates a fake advertisement on a different platform, and presents it as their own. The pictures look amazing. The price is often just a little too good to be true, and there's a sense of urgency. They'll tell you they're out of the country, maybe for a military deployment or a missionary trip, so they can't show you the property in person. This is their excuse to avoid a physical meeting. They'll be incredibly charming and responsive at first, building your trust. They'll ask you to fill out an application, and then very quickly they'll approve you. They'll ask you to wire a security deposit and the first month's rent to secure the property before they mail you the keys. Once you send that money, you'll never hear from them again. The key takeaway here is the combination of a fantastic price and the inability to see the apartment in person. That is a colossal red flag. Another tricky one is the hijacked ad scam. Here, scammers find real listings and repost them with their own contact information. Everything about the ad seems legitimate because, for the most part, it is. The address is real, the pictures are genuine. But when you inquire, you're talking to a fraud. They might even encourage you to do a drive-by to see the outside of the property, which makes you feel like it's real. But again, they'll have an excuse for why you can't see the inside just yet. Maybe the current tenant is sick, or they're out of town with the only set of keys. They'll pressure you to make a quick decision, saying other people are interested and you need to put down a deposit immediately to hold your spot. They're playing on your fear of missing out. The real landlord has no idea this is happening. The scammer collects deposits from multiple hopeful renters and then disappears. So, how do you fight back? Your first line of defense is simple. Always, always, always see the property in person. No exceptions. If a landlord gives you any excuse for why you can't see the inside of the unit, walk away. It doesn't matter how good the story is. In today's world, a legitimate landlord or property manager can always arrange for a viewing, either by themselves, an agent, a current tenant, or even a friend. If they can't, it's not a legitimate offer. While you're there, don't just look at the apartment. Look at the person showing it to you. Ask them questions. How long have you owned the property? What are the neighbors like? A real owner will know these details. A scammer will be vague. You can even discreetly try the key in the lock if they give you one. Does it work? Does it look like it belongs to that door? It's about verifying that the person you're dealing with actually has legal access to the property. Next, let's talk about money. This is where scammers make their score. The number one rule is to never, ever wire money. I'm going to say that again. Never wire money. Or use a peer-to-peer payment app like Zelle or Venmo, or send cash for a deposit. These payment methods are like sending cash. They are virtually untraceable and almost impossible to get back. Scammers love them for this reason. A professional landlord will have a professional way of accepting money. This usually means a certified check, a cashier's check, or a secure online payment portal that offers you some form of protection. When you do pay, make sure you get a signed lease and a receipt before you hand over any significant amount of money. The lease is your legal protection. Read it carefully. Does the landlord's name on the lease match the name of the person you've been talking to? Does it match public records for property ownership, if you're able to check? Speaking of which, do your homework. A little bit of online sleuthing can save you a world of trouble. Start by reverse image searching the photos from the listing. You can do this easily on Google. Just save a photo from the ad and search for it. If that same photo appears in different cities or with different contact information, you've found a scam. Also, Google the address. Look for the official property management company if it's a large building, or check county public records online to see who the actual owner is. Does that name match the person you're communicating with? If the ad is on a platform like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, check the person's profile. Is it brand new with no friends or history? That's suspicious. Scammers often create new throwaway profiles for each scam. A real person usually has some kind of digital footprint. Another red flag is high-pressure tactics. Scammers thrive on creating a false sense of urgency. They'll tell you things like, "I have 5 other applications, and I need a deposit from you in the next hour," or "I'm moving on to the next person." A professional landlord will have a clear application process. They'll review applications, check references, and run a credit check. This takes a little time. They don't typically demand an instant decision with a huge cash deposit on the spot. If you feel like you're being rushed into making a financial decision without having time to think or do your due diligence, that's your gut telling you to run. A good deal will still be a good deal in 24 hours. A scam will pressure you to act now before you can uncover the truth. Also, be wary of application fees that seem way too high. A normal application fee is usually between $25 and $75 to cover the cost of a background and credit check. If someone is asking for a few $100s just to apply, they might be running an application fee scam. They have no intention of renting you the property. They just want to collect these inflated fees from as many applicants as possible. Always ask what the application fee covers, and if it seems excessive, question it. A legitimate landlord will be able to justify the cost. Let's quickly recap your anti-scam toolkit. First, always insist on an in-person tour of the unit. Second, never wire money or use untraceable payment methods for deposits. Use checks or a secure portal. Third, verify the landlord's identity and ownership of the property through public records, if possible. Fourth, do a reverse image search on the photos to see if they're stolen. Fifth, be skeptical of deals that are too good to be true and refuse to be rushed by high-pressure sales tactics. And finally, read the lease carefully before signing or paying anything. Make sure it all makes sense. Finding a new place to live should be an exciting time, a new chapter. Don't let these criminals turn it into a nightmare. By being cautious, asking questions, and trusting your instincts, you can navigate the rental market safely and find a wonderful new home without getting burned. Remember, if something feels off, it probably is. There will always be another apartment, but getting your money back from a scammer is nearly impossible. Renting can be tough, and I want everyone to be safe out there. If you've ever encountered a rental scam, please share your experience in the comments below. Your story could be the warning that saves someone else. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.